What's up, Tea People? This is Denny.
And this is James from TeaDB, bringing you episode number 199. So we got some Wuyi oolong here. This is from Cindy Chen. I think you can find her either on Facebook or on WuyiOrigin.com. But her and her husband are very close to the source for Wuyi teas. They come with high recommendations, so we are going to have at it. This is some Shuixian.
Nice.
Laocong Shuixian from
Awesome.
Wuyi, which is the area in the Wuyi Mountains. And Laocong means old bush. And
There's a political joke in there somewhere.
yeah. I'm pretty sure there's also a not political joke in there.
There's plenty of jokes in that one. Keeping it light.
We will use my scientific method of...
yes. That's the ancient... Whoa, my God.
Oh,
my God.
Holy
shit. Yeah, we're going to ham. This is beautiful, though. I mean, look at this. Look at... It's like this long...
Yep.
Huge leaves, so... Very cool.
Take a smell of that.
Yeah.
It's got some of that cannabis aroma.
Damn. It's got some stank.
Cannabis aroma, as I
It's really
said.
chocolatey. That's what I'm getting out of it. I'm not getting the pot as much. It's kind of got like a... it has a little bit of an aged smell. How old is this?
2014.
Okay.
So it's not old.
But it smells like a little living.
Another smell.
Great.
So this is a oolong. So
Wow.
oolongs,
Cigars.
I think, are very friendly aromatics compared to pu'er,
sure.
oftentimes. So take your time. Smell that gaiwan. Smell the lid of the
Wow.
gaiwan.
It smells... Yeah, really nice.
Really
It's
rich. Yeah.
Cigars, maybe a little bit of some citrus fruits in there, like clementines or something like that. Kumquats. Just to sound fancy, you can say oranges,
Kumquats.
but kumquats sound cooler.
Yeah.
Instead of saying cranberries, you can say currants. Even though when you get into the nuances of it, currants and cranberries taste different. But if you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, say currants.
A touch of currant. With dressed in a little bit of lavender. If you want to sound like a dickhead douchebag, you should listen to us.
I know, dude. I here's the thing though. So one of the inspirations for TeaDB, are we drinking this?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get in here. Let this cool down for a second. Was Wine Library with Gary Vaynerchuk, and he just did the same sort of thing, you know, drinking some great wine and talking about it, and he's a low-key, you know, fuck you kind of a guy. I don't know, it's this New York thing, excuse my language. But I also have been watching videos. I've watched them for people drinking whiskey, shaving. I literally watch videos of dudes shaving and talking about shaving products. So it made me. I was watching it and I realized this happening, and I was
At
like,
this point, he's speaking for himself.
I am speaking for myself entirely. But I couldn't realize that like YouTube and creating this stuff is just like everyone has their stuff that they love, and there's nothing wrong with being into, you know, tea or shaving or wine and still being like a total schmo. So that's what this is for me.
Cheers to that.
To being a schmo.
Yeah. To being a schmo. Really rich. Really nice.
Yeah. I think that we're going to expand the texture of this tea pretty significantly because I'm getting a lighter... Like, there's a lot of... Like, the richness for me isn't quite in the texture yet, but more in the flavors. But still plenty of substance for... You did one rinse, is that right?
Yeah, one rinse, and we are going at this. And when you're using this much leaf, it's probably best to lean on the side of short infusions.
Yeah, so... Like a lot of Wuyi that I've had, there is a somewhat of a distance between the... you know, that cigar vibe from it. Some of a distance between the aroma, which is really potent, and you like this, and then surprisingly in the cup, Wuyi has a lighter taste for me. It's oftentimes a lighter sweetness. It's a more subtle.
Yeah. Whereas like I pour water in and I'm back here and I smell that aroma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So the aroma is intense.
Yeah, absolutely. There's that lasting typical rock sweetness that is, I think, in that category of a light sweet flavor.
Like a lot of minerals
Right,
and
exactly.
natural sweet
Right.
taste.
Yeah.
It's not like sugar sweet. We're getting some of those characteristic Wuyi mineral grain sort of aromas now.
Yeah, you can get the grain for sure.
And a tea like this will
Oatmeal-y.
change a lot quicker than a raw pour. Well, depends on the pour, I suppose. But yeah,
Yeah, this
And-
is great so far.
let's keep going.
Yeah, amen.
Cheers, guys.
Before I drink this too, I'm still getting almost a little hint of like a medicinal sort of vibe going on too at the end of my mouth. So.
Interesting.
Yeah. Body is transformed in the steeping.
Yeah. I get a good... It feels very warm to my body, so very warm, going down the throat. Leaves lots of warm, sweet feelings in the mouth.
Yeah. Sumptuous. Really yummy. And this is light. I like the roast on this. It's not tasting super chocolatey, but it's got a nice roasted, not quite peanutty, but kind of a light, like almost roasted almond sort of light roast on it. Really tasty.
Mm-hmm.
I can't taste the age in this anymore.
Yeah, and I wonder if the age mainly helped to sort of mellow out the initial roast,
Yeah.
because it's not terribly roasty at this point. Like, you'd smell a little bit of those, like, cigars and stuff early on, but it's, yeah.
One of the best parts of this tea, sitting and talking about it, is just the evolution and persistence of the flavor in my mouth. So I'm still really tasting it. And this Wuyis are interesting because I don't know, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this, James, but for me, they don't have those like really saccharine sweet, intense round sweet vibes. They're much more subtle, but they're not watery. It's not like I'm drinking tea that's not strong enough. It's just the depth of the flavors is more diverse and less deep, almost.
And also the sort of floralness that you could get off of a tea like this is very different from like Taiwanese high mountain oolong sweetness or something like that.
Freaking thing.
So I don't know. I mean, I like Wuyis a lot. I think they're kind of a nice intersection of teas for having like really good aftertaste and stuff like that. Good texture, good mouthfeel.
Yeah. And it's good to shake things up too. I mean, Wuyis taste so different than other oolongs. I mean, they're very different tasting.
Yeah.
So, and they're beautiful in the cup, great aroma too.
Yeah.
And,
I think Wuyis would rank up there for me as far as like oolongs go, as that I enjoy drinking.
Yeah. This one's chocolatier. None of these are oversteeped at all. So, parameters wise, are you going to be using more leaf on a higher quality Wuyi than you would otherwise?
I think you probably could. You could also use a lot of leaf on a lower quality Wuyi. The trick is mainly to moderate your brews. I find that this method actually works pretty well, as long as the one drawback to using something like this is if you are trying to go lighter on the caffeine or just get a limited amount of brews, it's usually not the best idea.
Right.
But as far as moderating brews, if you just load that guy on and start going at it, then you can really react to the tea very quickly.
Right.
When you're overdoing it or not. So,
Right.
So I find that it's actually a pretty easy way to brew this tea.
Yeah.
So we'll drink this, and we'll do one more with the reheated water.
Awesome.
And I think that will be it for this Wuyi.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Good body. It's evolving every steep to steep, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Getting sort of like a peach, dry apricot vibe to this, along with sort of those characteristic minerals.
Yeah, this is a friendly... Yeah, gosh, this tastes so interesting. A friendly Wuyi, and for me, as someone who doesn't drink Wuyi quite as much as James does, at all actually, I tend to go lighter, and I would use less leaf than this, but this is a perfect way to brew it in this case, and it's not overbrewed at all. So I think that speaks a little bit to the quality of this tea, that it's just just a higher quality tea.
And you could totally brew Wuyi like you would black tea, like Denny brews black tea, with just a little bit of tea and brewing it for a much longer amount of time.
Yeah.
So, like if we're going for a less caffeinated brew, or what you're watching your caffeine or whatever, good way to go.
Right. Yeah. And but play around and see what you like the best. Obviously, there's no. Someone might tell you there's a right way to do this or whatever, but it's really about your experience and taste. So, but this is a lovely way to do it, and really delicious. So,
Yep.
Get back in here.
Yep. And I found that these sorts of teas, because of the roast, often are quite appealing to coffee drinkers, people newer to tea. It's got a lot of the aromatic appeal that oolongs tend to have versus something like pu'er.
Yeah.
But it's also sort of got like that darkness that I think a lot of coffee drinkers
Yeah, that's
enjoy.
sort of chocolatey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not but it's not bitter and
although
gross or anything like that.
we could get this bitter and gross if we wanted to.
Let's not do that.
Yeah. But
great energy off of this too.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, getting the tea burps as it happens.
We cannot, for once, call them the poo burps because where's the poo?
Fair, and this might be a long streak of not drinking raw or ripe pu'er on the show, which is two
episodes.
At least since like 2014, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably started the show with like 5 episodes where we didn't drink pu'er.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so reheated water, a little bit longer steep time.
It's longer steeping and reheated water. One of the best parts about being a skilled brewer is that this doesn't have any heat difference at all. So James brewed it perfectly, but it has that just richer, fuller body. It's kind of coming back. I think it was maybe dying off a little bit, and like that last steeping before this one was a little bit less intense, and then we're right back into it, which is a great, testament again to this tea, and as well as James kind of timing it well. So this is really yummy.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying it.
Very tasty.
Yeah, it's got a great balance of little bits of chocolate, a great overall roast on it, and then some of the sort of like fruity notes that I think apricot is a great right on.
Yeah,
really. Yeah.
And it's a fun little tea. I don't think this is going to go on for forever. Probably go on for a few more steeps depending on how long you want to push it. But it's definitely, which I don't find at all to be atypical of Wuyi oolongs.
Mm-hmm.
But go check out Cindy. Find her on Facebook. Find her at, I believe it's wuyiorigin.com. If not, you can Google her, Cindy Chen, Wuyi oolong or something
Comment
like
below. Let us know.
Yep.
What Wuyis that you guys drink. If you want to drink this, comment below, and I'm sure that Cindy will probably get in touch with you to get that coordinated.
Yep.
Thanks, Cindy.
And like I said, buying from her is very close to the source, so you can get a decent price, I'm sure, for the quality.
Yeah. So, James, if folks want to watch our 200th episode, which is the next one that we have no idea what the hell we're doing with about, what should they do?
They should come back on Tuesday.
Yeah.
To
subscribe.
See. They should definitely subscribe. They will get an email when episode number 200 is coming out, which is going to be wonderful. Just a tremendous episode. Just one of the best. We're just going to be wonderfully terrific, even though we have no idea what the hell we're doing. So tune in for that. I'm looking forward to that myself.
Subscribe, comment, like if you like the video. Send your mom to our YouTube channel.
Please do.
We're drinking teas together once a week with tons of in between episode content as well as written content on TeaDB.org. So go ahead and check our website out at TeaDB.org. And we'll see you guys next time for episode 200.
Cheers, guy.
Peace.